Hello, this video is an overview of the IC GameKit project. This project was created by myself with some help from an artist, Simone Silva, who's created some art assets for the game that uses the IC GameKit for its functionality. So a quick overview of the IC GameKit itself. I have a GitHub repo here at morganpage/IC-GameKit, and the README goes over the basic idea of the IC GameKit, but just to go over it quickly, the idea is that the IC GameKit is a decentralized version of the kind of game kits that you would find offered by Amazon or Unity to add functionality easily to a game. The sort of functionality that you want in a game is often things like handling game saves up in the cloud, adding achievements to a game. You can have different achievements at certain parts of the game, like you may unlock certain characters or certain quests that give achievements, and that's very common in a lot of games. Other things that you may want to use a game kit for are things like game-specific data. So you may want to hold information like rewards in a game that you don't really want to have to redeploy the game to add additional rewards. So the IC GameKit covers all those sort of scenarios. So just to go through this in a little bit more detail, what you get with the GameKit is you get a couple of canisters. So you get a back-end canister that gives all the GameKit functionality. Then you get a front-end canister that basically allows you to administer the GameKit, add extra games, and add things like achievements within those games, add extra admins so that you can have other team members also administrate the games that are deployed in the GameKit. So an example here for some of the things that you can use the GameKit for. So here, like I mentioned, you could have things like rewards that you hold inside the GameKit. So this would be game-specific data. So here I'm holding some rewards. These are different pets. So I've got a mouse, a cat, and a dog, and you can hold information against those rewards, things like URLs, so you can easily pull down images for each one of those rewards. Here I'm talking about player-specific data here, which is things like profile data. So you may, across all your games, want to hold profile data against a player. So that might not be specific for a game, it might be across all your games, so that's very handy for that. Then you've got game save data, so that is each player can basically save their progress in a game, and that's where you would use that. And then I've got a section here that tells you essentially how you can add admins, etc. Let's quickly go through the Unity example game that uses the IC GameKit. So this is a Unity game that is deployed on the actual ICP. So the wonderful thing, obviously, about the internet computer is that you can actually deploy websites. And so you can actually use ICP as an end-to-end solution for Unity games now, handling the front end and the back end, which is absolutely fantastic. And so let me show you how this works. So we've got a login button here. So if I click on this, this takes you to the internet identity page where you can log in. I've got an existing identity here, but let me actually create a new one. So we'll start from scratch. It's going to be a temporary one, so I'll continue without a pass key, like so. And now I have logged in with that completely new identity. And I just clicked once. So I have a one-click achievement there. And this lists the available rewards. So this is the game data that I showed you briefly earlier. So we have the ability to get 3 rewards in this game. At the moment, I've only clicked once, so I haven't really done enough to get any rewards. And this is the profile data. So I can add in a name here. So let me call myself newbie because I've only done one click, and then I can click update, and as you can see I typed newbie wrong, and actually just to prove that that has saved that data, let me refresh and let's log in, and then I think it was this one that's the new one. Yes. And yes, I've only got the one click there. No rewards. I should have a one-click achievement, yeah, and my misspelt profile name newbie, which I will fix and update like so. Now let's see if I can unlock some more achievements and maybe grab myself a reward. So if I click again, you can see that this click count will go up, and let me click a few times here, and when I get to a click count of 10, I should also actually get another achievement. I know that in this game there's a 10 click achievement, so if I click one more time, that should go to 10, and with a bit of luck this will unlock my 10 clicks achievement. That's good. But I still have not got a reward, so let's see if I can get a reward. And eventually I managed to get a cat and a mouse reward. Okay, let me take you through the front end of the IC GameKit. So we have on the front end the clicker game example. So this basically shows that the game doesn't have to be in, of course, Unity. This is actually a React version of this Unity game using exactly the same contract in the back end. So again, this handles clicks like so. And of course, as we get over the click count of 10, we unlock the 10 clicks achievement. So it works exactly the same way, but this is actually a React app. So that's quite nice. You can obviously have different clients for your game. But in addition to this, we actually have a admin panel, and this is where you can administrate the IC GameKit. So you can add additional users here, and as you can see, here is the principal of this logged in user, and you can see that of course this is an admin that has been added here. You can add additional games here, so we just have the one game set up here called Clicker Game, but you can add additional games and administrate any game data in here like so, adding achievements, etc. But probably the more usual way that you would add things like achievements in your game is actually directly in your game contract. So let me just show you an example of that. So this is the Clicker Game contract here. And as you can see, it just imports the IC GameKit canister like so. And as you can see, it's actually a pretty short, simple contract. because most of the heavy lifting is being done by the IC GameKit backend. But this is one way of setting up the game initially. So essentially what you can do is, I specified that the game name here is Click a Game, and on this one-time setup I'm creating the game here, Click a Game, and I'm adding achievements to the Click a Game. So that's the 1-click achievement you saw, 10-click. If I got away all the way to 100 clicks, you'd see the 100-click achievement pop up, etc. You can see that I've also added in the available rewards here, and then this is essentially all the functionality of the game. So we're handling the click here, and at certain counts we're incrementing these player achievements, essentially unlocking these achievements, and also exposing things like checking for rewards, getting the number of clicks, getting the player achievements, etc. Now I have a separate GitHub repo for the Unity demo game that uses the IC GameKit. Now the trickiest part of the Unity game is actually integrating the internet identity. So this actually uses icp.net, which is like a C# repo that handles integration with ICP, but there is also the additional issue of actually logging in with internet identity. So what it does is, and it explains it here, is that you need to use a WebGL template in Unity that basically has an additional iframe that can handle the login. So I explained that in a little bit of detail here, and that will only work when you've deployed to WebGL. So in the actual Unity editor, I actually send the delegate information from the login using WebSockets. So actually it's quite a nice developer experience actually in the editor as well. So let me just quickly show you how that works. So if I switch over to the Unity editor that's got the game in, if I hit play here, then immediately if I just pull this browser window up, it's actually immediately open this browser window, and I can log in to the Clicker game here like so. Let me log in with this one actually, because this has got a few more clicks in, so I can actually also show you unlocking all the rewards. And this will actually open up a WebSocket and talk back to Unity. And as you can see, it's logged me in nicely. And this is a user that's got 111 clicks under their belt and should unlock all 3 rewards and also 3 achievements. There you go. So I've got the 100 clicks achievement on this one, and I've unlocked all 3 available rewards. So as you can see, it's actually a really nice development experience inside Unity. You can actually log in using internet identity and test out all that functionality, and still within the Unity editor talk to the IC contracts and have all that functionality as well inside the editor. So very nice. So the additional missing piece for that Unity internet identity login is inside IC GameKit, underneath the sources folder, I actually have this Unity login folder, and this is actually the code that handles the login. So if I open up app.js, you can see here it's handling the WebSockets for if you're in the Unity editor. And if you're actually in WebGL, it will actually send back the delegation information using a post message. So not too complicated, but that is needed to handle the internet identity login and sending back the relevant information back to Unity. So that's an overview of the IC GameKit. I think it's a really impressive way of deploying a Unity game. If you wanted to deploy a game like this using other technologies, you would essentially need to use something like Netlify to deploy your front end to. You would need to either integrate with AWS GameKit or Unity services, or spin up your own Node.js backend with a Postgres database, all an awful lot of work. And so actually being able to end-to-end deploy absolutely everything on the ICP is pretty impressive, and definitely something that I think a lot of Unity game developers would be very interested in looking at. Okay, thank you.